Hello there, passengers. I'm Colin Gossel, and you're listening once again to Deep Space Radio. We can all take a deep breath today as, at long last, the horrors of the cargo bay seem to be behind us, at least for now, and control of our computer systems has been returned. An attempted coup by a small team of computerized passengers, which included the security czar themselves, was thwarted by a celestial navigator, Jo Baker. For more details on her heroics, simply tune in to Deep Space Radio anytime this week. With her permission, we've been airing her memory files so us physical passengers can get a better idea of what it's like living inside the ship's computers. And, perhaps more importantly, it's just a great listen. Our ratings have been phenomenal. But while the computerized ship dealt with a hefty helping of danger and drama, things have been busy aboard the physical ship as well. What's happening in our local news, you ask? Well, aboard the Cloud Breather, there's always something. First and foremost, in cargo, one of Nyx's Cruscratians, previously named Preacher, was implanted with a dose of sentience, a side effect of the ongoing conspiracy in the computerized ship. As a result, the AI left its chassis and its body went rogue, improperly scanning and sorting living people as forms of cargo, placing them back into a temporary cryosleep. Fortunately, the newly sentient AI, named Bot by Jo Baker, was recovered and returned to its body and has now been granted passenger status aboard the ship. The following passengers were recovered successfully from capture: HR Rep Ethan McLaurin, Engineer Cade Silverstone, Patrol Lead Chloe Vizrin, Botanist Donovan Arbitero, Researcher Kalis Glitch Writer, Baker Irielek Uwe Walkier, Bartender Clark Thompson, and Vent Tech Ardor Henrys. Dr. Penelope Ward, however, remains missing, and searches continue for the good doctor. But in happier news, the Cloud Breather has 2 new passengers. Dr. Ito Kendito Yang has given birth to a baby girl named Lucero, and zoologist Azura has welcomed a bouncing baby boy she calls Nox. Congrats to all the new families aboard. The captain this morning issued a formal statement celebrating these healthy, sub-relativistic births. It's a wonderful day aboard the Cloud Breather, indeed. Well, for the most part. On the engineering deck, an AI called Oris, created by engineer Cade, was created to assist in crisis management. Oris, however, became self-aware and took control of Cade's body while in a state of high stress. Through sheer force of will, and with the help of passengers Spectra, Malachi, and Veyrath, Cade was able to expel Oris, but the AI is now loose on the ship. Authorities believe the entity is now laying dormant, but please, listeners, report any disturbances to the engineering bay immediately. It could be a matter of life or death. The Cloud Breather continues to search for teenagers Althea Bourdreau and Hugh Bonix, who have been missing for quite some time. Last seen in their garden treehouse, reports say that around the time of their disappearance, a glowing staircase appeared, and they were beginning to inspect it. That's the last anyone has seen of them, though whispers of an, quote, otherworld have begun circulating among the passengers. Well, clearly, emotions have been running high aboard the Cloud Breather, and while it may seem unorthodox, sometimes there's nothing like high-stress situations to bring people's true feelings out. Now, you all know Deep Space Radio is a home to serious news and important live event coverage. Gossip is certainly not our product, but just between you and me, I heard from a very reliable source that there seems to be a high-tension love square between passengers Donovan, Nova, Anel, and Ardor. Don and Anel are apparently old flames who still harbor some feelings, even though Don and Nova are now dating, while Ardor and Anel have some kind of special relationship. Look, if anyone asks, you didn't hear it from me, but it's anyone's guess at this point who winds up with who, and whether or not any of them will be happy about it. Springtime. It seems love is in the recycled air. Finally, after 2 months comatose in the infirmary, robotics lead Nicholas School Bracer is awake and back to work in the robotics shop. Repairs and creations of requested drones have resumed activity and should be rolling out in the coming weeks. Welcome back, School. It's great to have you. The drones have been acting very strange ever since you fell unconscious. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. As many of you know, this season we ran our first ever audio cameo sweepstakes, where anyone could post about Deep Space Radio on social media for a chance to appear on the show itself. I have sitting right here in front of me a list of every qualifying submission. I've numbered each of them 1 to 22, and we'll now use a random number generator to draw the winning submission. So, without any further ado, I'm going to my random number generator now. The winning number is 3. 3, okay. You don't know what that means. Going back to my list here, 3 corresponds to Yui Baker. Congratulations to Yui Baker. This is very exciting. I'll be in touch very soon to talk more about your appearance on season 10. Oh my gosh. Well, that's got my adrenaline pumping, ladies and gentlemen. And with all the local news dealt with, the Cloud Breather looks forward to adventures in the future. Our show will be going on hiatus for a month or two as we prepare for season 10, Beyond Death, which promises to thrill listeners as we work our way towards the end of Deep Space Radio Year 1. Though these hiatuses feel interminable, we'll all be back on the Cloud Breather before long, that I assure you. In the meantime, thank you all for listening in and for helping with dangers aboard the Cloud Breather. We would not have made it this far without you. This is Colin Gossel signing off. We'll speak again soon, and until then, safe travels.